Well, joining us this week exclusively on Phoenix TV is Phoenix forward Josh Garbutt. Josh, welcome to Phoenix TV.
How you doing?
Well, I'm okay, but more to the point, and I guess everybody will want to know exactly how are you doing?
Good, good. Our physio Duncan and Diane have done a phenomenal job and got my ankle back to basically 100%, and I'm excited to get back out on the ice tonight.
Obviously, it must have been a bit disappointing to get an injury so early in the season, and on the face of it, when it happened, it looked a lot more serious than it obviously has turned out to be.
Yeah, it was an awkward play. A player just kind of sticking my legs and kept twisting my body, and my ankle just kept twisting with it, and it was really painful at the time, but it calmed down, and everyone's kind of taken care of it the best they can, and it's, like I said, it's back to almost 100%.
Right at the time, though, when you were lying on the ice, and eventually when you were helped off, it did look as though this was probably going to be 3 or 4 weeks. You must be delighted with the treatment you've got to get you this back on the ice as quickly as 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. When it first happened, I really thought I was in trouble, but like I said, the treatment's been great, and I'm really excited and happy that things have worked out with the ankle. So.
I guess it's the one thing that a hockey player doesn't like is being out of action, because the games come so thick and fast, and to miss 2 very quickly and be back in it's got to be even more pleasing.
Yeah, like sitting on watching in Sheffield was tough. Not being on the road, obviously you're not watching, but you're still looking at the score over the internet, and that's not where you want to be. You want to be on the ice helping your teammates out. So. Like I said, I'm delighted to be back in the dressing room here tonight.
Excellent. Now, Josh, let's tell us a bit more about Josh Garbutt, the man himself, as against the man with a bit of a knock on an injury. And I guess as we spoke during the summer, the thing that's probably most interesting about you is this buffalo ranching you get involved in. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, back home, I'm really, really busy with the farm. It's not just buffalo ranching. We also farm grain and all that type of stuff too. So, but obviously the biggest pain is the buffalo. It keeps you busy all the time, and it's came to the point where we have over 1,000 head of buffalo, and it's frustrating because of the problem with cows with the mad cow disease. It's kind of put a strain on buffalo, which. There's never been a case of mad cow with buffalo and stuff. So it's frustrating trying to get rid of them, but, things have kind of gone up with it, and we're starting to slowly move them off the ranch and stuff. And like I said, that keeps me busy basically from, anywhere from 5:30 in the morning till about 8:30, 9 at night. So they're long days.
I guess the question I want to ask, I guess other people want to know, you mentioned mad cow disease and that's prevalent in cows. What's the difference in cow farming and buffalo farming? Everybody knows what the byproducts of a cow is. It's milk and some beef. But what exactly are you farming the buffalo for?
Well, what we do is we raise the buffalo, and years ago when we first got into it, buffalo was a big demand, and the meat with buffalo is really, really lean meat. It's a lot healthier for you than cattle and whatnot. So, but as I said, when we first got into it, we had sold a big bull for $14,000, just one single bull. So, it used to be a real big business, but once the mad cow had kind of took place, it kind of put a damper on buffalo. But things are getting back to where they were before, and like I said, the meat is really good meat, and it's really healthy for you. And like I said, it's super lean, and it's just, in my personal opinion, tastes better than cows. So.
You also mentioned you do some prairie farming as well in terms of grain, and I guess everyone's got the mind's eye of the rolling plains in Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Is it as far as the eye can see?
Oh, everybody just kind of, when they drive through Saskatchewan, everybody just calls it the Gap, because there's nothing. It's just flat land and just nothing but farming, and just a real hard-working province towards farming and agriculture comes to terms.
And yet, for a an area of Canada like Saskatchewan that is as flat and as agricultural as it is, one of the big things there is hockey. I know myself being out in holiday in Saskatchewan a couple of years ago. Everybody is just hockey crazy in Saskatchewan. What's the deal with Saskatchewan and hockey?
I just think anywhere in Canada it's pretty hockey fanatic, but in Saskatchewan, it's just, it's ridiculously cold in the winter times in Saskatchewan, so there's tons of outdoor hockey rinks and plenty of indoor hockey rinks for anybody's use. So just when you're a young kid, a lot of parents have played hockey previous, so they just pass it on to their children, and it's just something that is easily recognizable between all of us kids. You just, after school, kids say, hey, let's go play some ice hockey, and that's what we do, bang each other up and play some ice hockey. So like I said, it's easily acquaintable to everybody because everyone does it, right? So that's why it's just everyone does it in Canada.
And growing up as a kid, who were your favourite players, and who were the influences in terms of ice hockey?
Well, a big influence in my life is my father. He played professional hockey and whatnot, and taught me a lot. But as for watching on TV, guys like Wayne Gretzky and Paul Coffey were big favorites of mine. I just liked the way they played the game, and I always wanted to be like them. So.
And of course, the new NHL season opens in a couple of weeks. In fact, it's this weekend with games over in Europe, and then the real thing gets going back in Canada and North America. And who's your tip for the NHL this year?
Well, I don't think they're going to do that well, but I just have to stick with my Toronto Maple Leafs. They've always been my favorite club, and God willing, someday they'll be good again. I hope so. But that's the team I'll cheer for, no matter win or lose. So
the Maple Leafs seem to have this almost mythical lore over just about everybody in Canada. And somebody put it to me, it's because when TV first started in Canada and ice hockey was shown, it was because the Maple Leafs and the Canadiens were on, and the Montreal Canadiens were on week in, week out, and you were either an English Canadian or a French Canadian. Is it as simple as that?
Yeah, I just like an easy way to kind of compare it is with people. The Manchester United's a big club, and everybody across the world recognizes that. And I just think it's the same thing with the Toronto Maple Leafs. They've always been kind of a nostalgic type of hockey club, and everybody kind of recognizes them. Even if you don't know much about hockey, you go to a lot of countries and people have heard who the Toronto Maple Leafs are. So I think it's just kind of a nostalgic type of thing, throughout the world.
And you'd very nicely mentioned Manchester there. We won't mention United too much, though, because there's too many people watching Phoenix TV who are not United fans. But you're here now in Manchester, playing with the Phoenix, and in the early weeks of this season, we've had a good start, and taking aside your little injury, how are you settling in?
Oh, you know what? This is a wonderful experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm really enjoying myself. We have a really good group of guys, and it's just easy to feel comfortable here. The whole organization just makes everyone feel so warm and welcome, and me and my fiance are really enjoying things, and like I said, hopefully we can get out and travel a little bit more, but everybody in Manchester has been wonderful. So.
Excellent. Well, we're enjoying having you here as well, Josh, with the Manchester Phoenix, and many good luck for the game. We're pleased to have you back in action following your injury, of course, and many thanks for joining us here on Phoenix TV.
Thank you guys very much.